I think there's only one possible way to start the show today, Tom.
Duval.
Glitter kitties go meow.
Okay, now I got to scroll up to get to that video I need to click.
That's how, if we had this queued up, I feel like it would have been a little bit. Can you actually redo it? Can we do the?
Let's see. Okay, yeah, we can. Here. This is take two.
Duval.
You gotta set up. You gotta say the same thing. You gotta set the clip. Yeah.
There's only one way to start the show today.
Duval.
Glitter kitties.
Oh,
okay. We're gonna. Baby, we here.
We're
you in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS.
And the S stands for Suck It Chiefs. Tom, what a wild Monday night game.
Yeah, that is also true. Yes, we had some breaking news yesterday in which Joe Flacco we had a rare within the division trade in which the Cleveland Browns were like, here's Joe Flacco, his only win against the Packers. And we know you're playing the Packers this Sunday. So here you go with a 6th round pick. We'll take a 5th. And Joe Flacco behind that offensive line, good luck.
I kind of just want Flacco to get traded to every team playing the Packers this year.
That's how I think they should play. If the Bengals win on Sunday, I don't know if I'm going to survive the rest of the season. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm already running on fumes after these past 2 days.
Give up at that point.
That might be my breaking point. But I will say this seems like a move obviously made out of desperation.
Sure.
I think Coleman was the one who commented on this. I think I saw something quick where he's like, this is under the assumption that Joe is going to be back in December. And like, you're looking just because you needed a guy to not turn the ball over a whole lot. I think that was what Coleman was saying. And yeah, I mean, because Jake Browning.
Well, he said you're going from 3 picks a game to 1.5 picks per game.
You know what? And that's improvement.
It is.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, it's always a good sign when a team's willing to trade their quarterback within the division.
Yeah. That's how much faith. And hey, Shedeuer Sanders moving on up that depth chart. He's one step closer.
He is. He's really is.
The vice president right now.
Yeah. And you know, like ESPN's kind of getting some flack for saying, what does this trade mean for Shedeuer Sanders?
Oh, Jesus.
But it's kind of true. There is an angle there where now he's 2 on the depth chart. So if Dylan Gabriel proves to, not be good over the course of the season, he might get out there. And you can say whatever you want in terms of if you think Shedeur is going to be a good or bad quarterback, but that man brings in eyeballs. ESPN knows it. The entire world knows it. My YouTube channel knows it. But also, what happens when Deshaun Watson's cleared to practice and play again? Or is he going to be on the depth chart? 3? 2?
Is he going to be on the depth chart? He
will be
like, hey, we're going to have you do anything. I don't know. We saw Deshaun Watson play, and when he was playing, it wasn't great. And this is the question, right, Karakina? Because that offense, the offensive line is not good. And I think one of probably the most disappointing thing, obviously Joe Burrow getting hurt completely throws their entire offense out of whack. But I think the most disappointing thing is how bad their offensive line is which makes them not able to run. Like Chase Brown not having the kind of season that many people were expecting. Sure. That is one of the reasons why this offense looks so neutered. And it's like you just want a guy who's in there to get the ball to Chase and Higgins, because you obviously have superstars on that offensive side of the ball, and like you just need someone to make it go, which is why we were talking about a guy like Jameis Winston who could potentially do it. But now Flacco, you're going to bring that veteran leadership in there. He's probably not going to turn the ball over as much as Jake Browning is going to, but
we'll see.
Who knows? I mean, Micah Parsons was talking about before the Cleveland Browns game how he's never sacked Joe Flacco, and now he gets another opportunity.
There you go.
So
yeah. Well,
fine.
I don't know how much, like, that's the problem. That's why, like, Bengals fans are just like, what? Joe Flacco? Because your interceptions this season, Geno Smith is number 1, and then I think it's Jake Browning and Joe Flacco. So I don't know how much better they get. They were bad, so you're going to say probably a little bit better. I feel confident saying Joe Flacco will probably be a little bit better. And as a Packers fan, you're a little delusional because you got probably Joe Flacco's best performance of the season.
Literally.
And that was what, a 13, 16-point game? Like, how many points were even scored in that game? Not a lot.
But it's, what did I tell you? I told you this weeks ago. I said with our luck, they'll bench Jake Browning like right before he plays the Packers.
Yeah.
Whoever comes in is going to wind up lighting it up. So I understand that their O-line is terrible, but this is just traditionally how it works for the Packers, right? You have guys come in who like have never started before or are brand new to the team. And they're like, you know what? Let's tee off. I'm hoping that that's not the case. Packers are getting some really good news during this bye week. Christian Watson, like less than 280 days after a catastrophic leg injury, is already practicing. He might be on the field within the next couple of weeks. You got freaking Zach Tom back, which is really nice. Aaron Banks is back. No Devontae Wyatt as of a couple days ago, but yeah, man, it's hopefully this Packers team is ready to go, and hopefully they get a big win, because like I said, we haven't seen them win since the freaking second week of September.
Oh,
it's been a tough time.
God.
It's been a tough time
for you guys.
I see my team win.
I want to see them
win again.
Yeah. So. Flacco just being able to go to a new team and start that same week, whether or not he plays well, that's just impressive. Like, you can do it. Like, if you're, if you're like a wide receiver, you just got to learn a handful of the routes you need to run. Flacco's got to come in and just learn a new offense, just know a new offense. Like,
happy almost birthday, Kevin.
So that'll be impressive. I am rooting for Flacco to play well enough that the Steelers want to trade for him at some point. He has to complete.
The last one.
He has to.
The last one.
He has to.
They go from Aaron Rodgers to Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. And the Steelers, that division is so bad right now too. It's insane. It's insane.
I put them in. Yeah.
There's been a lot of things that I would not have guessed that happened this season so far. The AFC North just being dog, doo-doo, caca, poopy, shit, defecation material was not, well, I did not see it. Maybe 2 teams not being good, but I would have guaranteed like the Ravens and the Steelers, or the Ravens and the Bengals. Hell, I would have said, oh my God, Joe Flacco playing well for the Browns. Look at, they're in the mix too. Just the Steelers look mostly okay.
Well, so I was talking about this yesterday, that the Steelers, dude, they could have the division wrapped up by like week 12, just based off the way the rest of their division looks. You talk about the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be a crazy statement. If Dylan Gabriel, who looked pretty solid, right, in his debut, Judkins has been looking real nice over these past couple of weeks. He's been progressing every single week. If that offense is able to just be above average,
17th best offense in the league,
above average, right?
17th best.
That they're going to win some football games, and they could be second best in the division.
Yeah, I don't even think they have to be above average. I think they can be slightly below average, Tom.
They could be. That would be fine too. Because the problem with Cleveland, right, is their defense is pretty damn good, and their offense is just, it was wandering around the desert with Joe Flacco, except against the Packers. And now to actually have like some youth in there and Dylan Gabriel, like as he hopefully progresses as the weeks go on. Yeah, the Ravens, you're going to hope they get healthier, right? I know Lamar Jackson, he might not play on Sunday again, but they're just a mess.
Yeah,
and like obviously they have a ton of injuries right now. They're similar to the 49ers in that vein of they're just a beat up football team. And Lamar Jackson is like the thing that makes that entire offense go at this time because they're just not handing the ball to Derrick Henry. And yeah, they're a complete disaster. The Bengals, we'll see how Joe Flacco does, but they are not looking great. And the Steelers are just like, yeah, we're fine. We ran the ball last time we saw them. They obviously had the bye week. They saw every single team in their division lose, but their offense was looking solid. Their defense is looking better. Just from process of elimination, they might wind up winning the AFC North, which is honestly hysterical.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's pretty great.
And the Ravens traded Odafe Owe yesterday.
Yes, they did trade Owe to the Chargers.
Nobody even realized they traded Odafe Owe to the Chargers, and the Chargers sent Alohi Gilman to Baltimore, right? So that also happened.
Secondary help.
Yeah, the Ravens, their pass rush sucks, and they're trading away, an edge rusher. No, Owe hasn't done anything really this season. I don't think he had a sack. I think he's second on the depth chart. But like, I don't know. I don't know if these trades are actually going to help anybody.
Yeah,
it's just like let's just try it. We'll swap some late round picks, and I don't know. We kind of need something here.
Well, it's also because we were talking about, this was in the rundown, the original title of just like, there's probably going to be some more NFL trades. And a reminder too, because this changed before last season, that the trade deadline is no longer week 8, it's week 9. So they have a little extra time. And yeah, you might start to see as we head into week 6, with only a few weeks left before that trade deadline ends, maybe some teams are going to start shifting some things around and, trying to be competitive. And the Bengals, this move just feels like they are treading water, and they're like, hey, if we can just be good enough until Joe Burrow comes back. But I gotta be honest with you, man, I don't know.
They're going to be out of it by then.
I think that their odds of staying in, because you know what? This is going to sound crazy. If it was the other way around, right? And Joe Flacco was being traded to the Cleveland Browns. Let's say he wasn't there, in a move to be like, hey, we got a good defense. We have a decent run game going on. We just need a quarterback, to wait until we get our guy back. They don't have that yet, but that would make more sense because it would be like, okay, they have a team around him. Right now, like, you have the wide receivers who are incredible, for Cincinnati. Their defense is okay. And then their O-line is hot poo-poo garbage, and they have no run game. Yeah. So
the Bengals defense is not good.
It feels like they are just, hey, guys, we had a strainer in to get the water out of the boat. Now we got a ladle. All right, it's bad. The hole is now the entire middle of the boat, but we got that ladle now.
Here's the upgrade for Flacco, Tom.
That's true.
Joe Flacco's going from the 3rd worst pass blocking unit in the NFL right now to the 4th worst. Hey, that's a little better.
It's something.
Now, the Browns the 4th worst? Or sorry, are the Bengals? Is the Browns pass blocking unit going to look a little bit better without Flacco? That's a question.
Because you have a little bit more of mobility, right? With Dylan Gabriel.
I watched Flacco suck in the pocket with the Broncos. We thought his career was over, and we talked about it before this trade. He is making money off of that 6 or 8 game stretch with Cleveland still, and I love it. I love it for Joe. It's I don't know, man.
That's it.
If I was a Bengals fan, I would just be like, I think I'm done watching until Joe comes back.
Yeah.
I would give a pass.
Yeah. Yeah. And then monkey paw curls and they go, okay, here you go. Yeah. Here's Joe Flacco. You didn't say which Joe. And that's the way that the universe works.
Little Dicker, you're right. What a missed opportunity.
What a missed opportunity.
What a missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about that Monday night game, buddy.
Ooh.
Well, by the way, my pick'ems this week, I'm pretty sure I had a losing record. It was pretty damn terrible, but that was a really good game on Monday night.
Duval.
I've got a theory here on how you know if your head coach is going to be good, Tom. Want to hear it?
Is he cringy as hell? And then
he's got to have an awkward opening press conference. Liam Cohen, awkward press conference. Jags are good. Nick Sirianni, awkward opening press conference. Eagles win a Super Bowl. Dan Campbell, awkward opening press conference. Lions saved.
Jonathan Gannon was pretty awkward.
In his press conference, or was it just in the weird little BTS things?
I honestly don't even remember his press conference.
I don't think his.
Yeah. What a game. And this is a thing too, like the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, had that first turnover, which was the fumble. And it's just a really good play by Bolton. But they almost got another touchdown here. And maybe this game wouldn't have even been that close, because then obviously the Chiefs were able to move down the field 99 yards or 98 yards, whatever it was, and score. But holy cow, man. Jaguars. I put them in the power rankings last week and I got a little poop for that. And people were like, oh, the Jaguars should not be here. And guess what? They just beat the freaking Chiefs, man. So that was pretty incredible. Like their defense had been better, and for both teams, right? Their quarterbacks were their leading rushers on Monday night. And ETN has been having a really nice season. That unfortunately kind of continues the woes for the Chiefs. But talk about the progression of that Jaguars defense. Holy cow, man. That 99-yard pick six. Like, this is the kind of stuff that you didn't really see a whole lot of last season. And it looks like the Jaguars are a much more balanced team. And I'm just so happy for Trevor Lawrence, man. I'm so freaking happy for him. Because even in my chat, people were talking about how Trevor Lawrence was a bum. And he was just like, oh, man, he's turning the ball over. He's not looking good, even though one of that interception should have definitely been defensive pass interference. But for him to go out and have the drive that he did, and to freaking that play, he stumbles. He falls down and there's nobody there. And he's just like, oh, I guess I'll run in. And Chris Jones is waving to him as he runs past him.
Good luck, Trevor. Good luck.
Godspeed.
I honestly have no clue if Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. I watched that game and I was like, he sucks. He's great. He sucks. He's great. I think he's a volatile QB. I think he does shit no quarterback who's played as long as he has should be doing. He definitely doesn't know when the play clock's about to run out. Okay. It's like he's not even thinking about the play clock. There were so many bad plays by him that I was like, oh fuck. They are hanging on by a thread. But then like the pass to Brian Thomas Jr. to, get them going on that final drive was as good of a throw as a quarterback can make. The interception was 100% pass interference. And I'd like to just take a moment to talk about the referees in this game, Tom, and Chiefs fans, and how they were melting down on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I have never seen such a delusional fan base in my life, Tom. In my life, except for all the cool Chiefs fans here right now and the ones who watch my show every week. I love you guys. You're very smart. You're level-headed with your takes. We've said it last year. We said it the year before. When you catch a break, just say we caught a break. Cool. That sucks for the Jags. That was definitely pass interference on Trevor Lawrence's interception, because it was. And let's also go back to the touchdown you got on the illegal pick play. Okay? Tweet out, oh yeah, they got away with one there. And the amount of people telling me I don't understand the game of football was infuriating, Tom. Infuriating. Because I listened to the official in the booth explain quite literally why that was a penalty to us. Now, to be fair, he said it's pretty close. He said it was close, but he felt that it was outside the area where you can make contact there in that situation, and that he would have left it as a penalty. So we have the expert telling us that he thought it should have remained a penalty, that shouldn't have counted as a touchdown. So I'm going to go on that. But say that the Chiefs got away with one while the Chiefs are not 5-0, and man, it's a quick reminder of how we're all actually just the same. We are all the same as football fans. When things are not going well for us, we become the worst versions of ourselves on social media.
It's accurate.
But I just want them to say we got away with it. That's all I'm asking for, Chiefs fans.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we got penalized 13 times. Yeah, the refs stole it. Well, you got penalized 13 times because you played sloppy football. You played undisciplined football. And not every penalty is weighted the same, right? So one penalty should have taken away a touchdown for the Chiefs, and the other penalty handed them the ball in the red zone. Like, those are huge calls. Huge for your team. And they kept the Chiefs in the game. That interception kept them in the game. Now, Jacksonville, you don't want to, when you're blaming refs, you don't want to take away credit from a team that fought back in to get the win. And that's what the Jags did. And before that drive, I said, like, we're going to find out what the Jacksonville Jaguars are made of, right? Because Chiefs take the lead and you're like, oh, fuck. Chiefs they're definitely still the Chiefs. But then they drove down and they scored in a weird way. And I think that's just how things are going to go for the Jags this season. They're going to be a weird kind of janky offense that's propelled by a very dynamic defense that's opportunistic. And I think the Chiefs will be okay. I feel better that they lost, but I don't think you can be high enough on Jacksonville right now because when they needed a game-winning drive, they got it. And I think we need to give Trevor Lawrence time with Liam Cohen to see if he can clean up those little mistakes that are costing him through the course of the season. All right, that was long. I apologize, but
you're good.
I've been waiting since Monday night to talk about those fucking referees and Chiefs fans.
And it's also, and Andrew, they currently earn the number one seed because they've beaten enough teams. It doesn't matter if they're playing bad NFL teams or not. And who would have thought that two of the best teams of the AFC are the Jaguars and the Colts heading into week 6? What a time to be alive. I will say the Colts are playing some of the most consistent football over the first 5 weeks in the NFL.
The Colts on every level. Their defense is solid. Their offense is solid. Special teams, that's kind of a question now because they got to bring in a new kicker. So
in terms of the Jaguars, there's a couple things that stood out, right? The run game really wasn't doing anything on Monday for either team, but that's kind of been the story of the Chiefs. Pacheco has been running the ball better, the past 2 weeks, but in terms of the Jaguars, that last drive, there were some throws that Trevor Lawrence made, which were incredible. Travis Hunter, we've been waiting for him to have a breakout performance, right? He had some catches in this game, which were outstanding. And is like, oh, that's why you drafted this guy here, right? And I know that they were playing him on defense a bit too. And it does feel like you mentioned about Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen needing to figure it out together. The Jaguars also need to figure out how they're going to utilize Travis Hunter, right? And I think at some point they are just going to have to make a decision, but they also need additional wide receivers. So these stats are like nothing crazy, but had some really clutch freaking catches, especially on that final drive. And Lawrence, man, like this is why, he's getting paid $55 million. Like he kind of showed it on that last drive. That's why you're paying him that kind of money. And while he hasn't been the most consistent QB, when it mattered, man, he drove down the field and got him the win. And I completely agree with you that with a new head coach, with a new scheme, I'm curious to see how this offense specifically is going to develop over time throughout this season, because their defense has definitely taken some major steps from last year, and they just seem like a balanced team right now.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville, like you're talking about Travis Hunter, they finally got a few Travis Hunter type plays out of him on offense. That deep ball with that incredible grab. And then there was one where they threw it to him short and he just shook a couple of Chiefs defenders and was able to run for a first down. And like with Trevor Lawrence, there was a play, it kind of got lost because he threw a very nice touchdown pass 1 or 2 plays later. It was an incredible throw. But before that, he's rolling to his left, and the Jags are in the red zone, and he's got Travis Etienne right there to dump it off. And he instead elects to try and throw it to a covered Jags receiver in the end zone and put the ball in a place where it could have been picked off or turned over. I was like, why the fuck didn't he throw it to ETN there? And then I heard Troy Aikman say the same thing. I'm like, those are the little things like Lawrence needs to just do automatically, right? And it's if you see him progress through the season and just eliminate the silly mistakes, he's got the physical tools to be a very good quarterback. And to his credit, he's been with Urban Meyer, Doug Peterson, and now, Liam Cohen. And I think maybe, even though it's his 5th year or whatever, like he deserves a little time to develop with the good coach, with the right coach. And I think the Jags offense will click. And when it does, they're a dangerous team because they lead the league in turnovers. Devin Lloyd leads the league in interceptions right now. If you're the Chiefs, like you can't have Mahomes as your leading rusher.
You can't.
I don't care. They just got to figure out who's going to have the better day, Pacheco or Hunt. And they need to establish the run a little bit more. And I know that's a weird thing to say for the Chiefs because it's hard to take the ball out of Mahomes' hands, right? Sure. You trust him to give you the best chance to succeed on any given play. But I think if they can just run it more effectively, it will help them. So I hope they don't do that, but
yeah, I mean, and I will say, because I have streamed every single Chiefs game because they are constantly on prime time, and the one time they weren't, it was against the Ravens. So I've literally streamed every Chiefs game. So I watched a lot of Chiefs games. Rashard Smith, actually, like there's times where like he's able to open things up. I know he didn't have a ton on the ground, but like he's had some decent run plays and in the passing game over the past few weeks. And it seems like they have the talent. It's just, it depends on, what defense they're playing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not worried about the Chiefs. I think this is a big loss for them, especially against another AFC team. But when they get Rashee Rice back, man, like that's gonna, I think, really unlock that offense. But they're playing the Lions.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a really fun game. That's gonna be.
I don't know how he will help unlock the offense. Here's the thing I noticed in this game too is that the Jags did not have a good pass rush against Kansas City. Mahomes had time to throw, and when he has that much time to throw, I feel like the Chiefs should have won this game a little more handily. And so maybe if that protection hole is that the Chiefs offensive line being really good, or is that the Jags, not being able to get to the quarterback consistently? Was Trayvon Walker out in this game?
Yes.
Yeah. So like maybe he comes back. Maybe that's a little bit better. But I thought the Chiefs' offensive line did a great job at giving Mahomes time.
Sure.
And then of course, like Mahomes is the best play extender in the league. Dude, that play where he fell to the ground but never let his knee touch and then wiggled away for like I can't remember if it was a first down or not. He is so slippery back there. I want to call him a seal. He's slippery like a seal. Andy Reid's the walrus. Patrick Mahomes is the seal. We need Rachel to draw that for us, and we need that nickname duo to stick for the Chiefs. The seal and the walrus.
I take that.
And Travis Kelce is the bloated whale.
With a redwood, apparently. I don't know. We'll see if the Texans are actually back, or they were just playing a banged up Ravens team. I don't know if they're last year's NFC North. I don't know if they're going to have 3 contenders, but I'm cautiously optimistic about the Texans. I want to see
their defense is good.
Their defense is incredible, right? And I think just even having that kind of offense performance, they needed that because they have not had that yet this season. So I'm not there yet. Not all the way back on the Texans just yet, but that's good.
The Chiefs play the Lions this week.
Should be that's Sunday night, right?
Yeah, and then they get the Raiders. They have the Commanders. Then they have the Bills. Then they get the Broncos, Colts, Cowboys, Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. So the Chiefs already had kind of a tough schedule. They get a pass against the Ravens. We thought that'd be a tough game. It's not. People are like, oh, they'll beat the Jags. They lose to the Jags. So it'll be interesting to see what their overall record is this season, because I really don't know. They look beatable. And unlike last year, they were 10-0 in one-score games. This year, they're 0-3 in one-score games. Yeah. So that is kind of a difference. And that's what we said. Like, they can't keep winning the way that they won last year. Yeah. Even when you're a good team, sometimes you're just going to catch a bad break, like a quarterback falling down twice and you can't tackle it. Sometimes you're going to catch a bad break.
Yeah, folks have been... Chris Jones has been getting... That was one of the comments before. Chris Jones has been getting a ton of heat. And
they should trade him. Trade Chris Jones, and let's see how good your defense is then. He's washed. I agree. Sucks. Trade him to the Broncos. Pull a Flacco. You don't need him, Kansas City. If you guys can appreciate him, if you're going to rip on Chris Jones now, Chiefs fans, trade him to the Broncos. Trade him. Trade him. Cowards.
Yeah, I mean, you expect Chris Jones to make that play or effort.
I don't know. He knows he can't get over there that far. That was like 4 steps for him to run, Tom. It's 4 or 5 steps.
Chris Jones is going to be knocking at your door right now. Yeah.
I actually really like Chris Jones.
Exactly. No, he's a great player, man. I think it's just that gets highlighted because Trevor Lawrence, he was talking about it in his post game. It was just like, he was like, what was going through your mind? He's like, panic. Yeah. I was panicking.
He goes, most honest answer ever. I was fucking terrified, guys.
Because he falls down and then he's like, oh, wait, no one's here. He's like, all right, well, I guess I'll just get up and run. And yeah, that's tough. And it looks like Jones could have definitely made a play there, but
maybe, yeah.
The thing that, like that's obviously we'll never know. The other thing that really stood out to me for the Chiefs was, holy God, their special teams. Because there was one return that they had like really, really good field position, but it was like 3 times in a freaking row, man. Like it was some kind of penalty. Mostly it was holding that was driving them back. And especially on that last chance, I know they only had like it was under 30 seconds left, but holy God, like they're shooting themselves in the foot.
And Butker kicks it out of bounds.
There you go. By Butker.
Yeah, Butker. Oh, I will say the one penalty I thought the Chiefs got screwed on was one of those special teams plays. It wasn't the big 60-yard return. I don't think it was another one where it was like a weird rule about blocking a guy who's already like engaged. And I didn't think like it was that egregious of a violation of the rule. I thought that was a weird penalty to call. So they kind of got effed on that one. But yeah, holding, that'll negate those plays. But you got 2 touchdowns gifted to you, Kansas City, so you can't really complain. Can't. 14 points. 14.
The pick play is close.
It was close, but
that one doesn't bother me as much as the defensive pass interference.
That one was way more egregious.
It's egregious because if you're allowing human error in the game, that doesn't really bother me.
The other way the rule's written too is you cannot. I'm gonna pull it up because I think Ben Kurt posted it.
Yeah, we pulled it up like live on air because it's within a yard. Within a yard, like you should be okay, but then it's like talks about running into receivers and all that.
Yeah,
Davis Mills can run. Yeah, I mean that's what we're talking about, Jameis, man. Like even just to sling it and just be like, all right, Jamar Chase is there, and that's what unfortunately I do feel like Joe Flacco can do, and I said unfortunately because he's playing the Packers this Sunday. Like he can air it out, right, and he can get the ball out quickly. He was able to do that against the Packers when they faced Cleveland. But
damn it, where is that rule? I can't find it. Oh, wait. Blocking a defender beyond the line while the pass is in the air if the block occurs in the vicinity of the player to whom the pass is thrown is pass interference. And I think like the thing that's egregious about the pick play is because was it Juju Smith-Schuster who was doing it? It wasn't like he ran 1 yard and like turned to pretend like he was setting like as he's a receiver. He just straight up hits the guy to set the pick. I think if Juju is a little more coy about what he's doing, it doesn't get called. Dude, the Broncos got flagged for the same fucking thing on a play where like Pat Bryant kind of got pushed by an Eagle into the other Eagle, and Denver still got flagged for it as offensive pass interference.
Sure.
In the first or second quarter. Well, happy 39.
Happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Last year being young. Drink every day. Drink all day, fuck all night. If I can quote Natalie Portman on SNL.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
If you don't play that
sketch,
gotta do that.
Remember that song with Lonely Island and Natalie Portman?
Which one?
The drink all day, F all night.
Yeah. Lonely Island? Come on now. Oh,
drink all day, F all night.
That's true. Adam Gase, very awkward press conference. Not good.
He's the outlier. He's the outlier. Well,
Adam Gase is the outlier for even getting jobs. So
yeah, we thought he might be on hallucinogenic drugs. I think he was in a different level of awkward, but that's a fair point. Well, I'm going to do some more of my own research on this matter, okay, guys?
He was doing ayahuasca before Aaron Rodgers made it popular. He's just like, let me do it right before. He's like, damn, there are spirits here. It's a huge win for the Jaguars. Don't get me wrong. And we talk about the title of this show about knowing about if there's any NFL teams that are good or who the hell is good this year. And dude, like my power rankings, I know 49ers fans are mad at me. I understand. It was my mistake. The craziness is every single team, obviously there's no more undefeated teams, but every single team, even through the first 5 weeks, there is no team that has looked unbeatable. And I think what you're pointing at is like the Colts, for example. The Colts, you could look at the quality of their opponents, right? And the Rams kind of take a step down after losing to the 49ers this past week. But the craziness is they look like one of the most consistent teams. And I feel like that's what you have to evaluate after these first 5 weeks. Like the Buccaneers, they are giving their fans heart palpitations every single week, but they're finding ways to win the game or getting really damn close to winning the game, like against the Eagles. And you look at them and go, okay, I think they're a really good team, but their defense, they have flaws. The Lions, their secondary, they have flaws, but their offense can put up a cajillion points, right? And they're looking pretty darn good. The Eagles, very balanced team. Their offensive play calling, maybe not so good. They can't get Saquon going on the ground game. So you worry about that. And it just seems like every single one of these teams, there's no perfect team in the NFL this year. It's just, man, who could look the best from week to week? You talk about any given Sunday, and through the first 5 weeks of the season, that has been the theme. Because holy God.
Yeah, I'm going to just say some sentences that would have sounded crazy a month ago, but no longer are crazy, Tom. Colts, Jaguars, AFC Championship game. Colts, Lions, Daniel Jones versus Jared Goff in the Super Bowl. Denver Broncos, Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl. You know what? I'm a little low on the Eagles right now too, Tom.
There you go, Grizzly. You're low on the Eagles.
Low on the Eagles. Denver beat them. The Broncos.
That's why you're low on the Eagles.
And I still don't think the Broncos have played a complete football game or their best football.
They haven't.
Like, that's a game the Eagles should have just ran away with the lead. Texans defeat the Chiefs in the playoffs wildcard round. The Texans, they got a losing record. Well, their defense is still allowing the fewest points per game, and the Texans defense is the only they've held the Buccaneers to their lowest point total this year. Baker Mayfield, league MVP. That's a sentence that we would have said, okay, maybe, but right now he's playing like an MVP. A Baker Mayfield versus Daniel Jones Super Bowl? Or how about an all-Florida Super Bowl? Baker Mayfield versus Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, Tom. I'm choking, but that shit is realistic right now. It's realistic. And we might just get a Super Bowl matchup that nobody predicted at this point. And that would be amazing. A Jags Buccaneers Super Bowl, I would take it. I would take it.
It also does seem like, oh God, it's also right. This get analyzed. It's not. It's a pretty quick decision on the field.
Yeah.
But the thing is the amount of parity that's in the NFL right now. I think that's the best part about this season. Like the fact that like my predictions are ever really good, but like my pick'ems are in shambles. The fact that there were so many unexpected wins throughout this first 5 weeks, it makes the league so much more fun. Because when it's just the Chiefs dominating or even the Eagles doing well in the NFC, it's kind of just like, okay, it's the same old, same old. But to see different teams in there, to see like these unexpected wins, it's what makes it fun. And in terms of what you and I were talking about this, I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how a bunch of these games are coming down to the very end.
Yeah.
Right. And like, there'll be a team with a lead. Look at the freaking Broncos game, man. Look at the Cardinals game. Look at the Dolphins game. And it just seems like you take the foot off the gas in the fourth quarter, right? That's not really working anymore. And with the elevation of special teams and how important that has been this season, I will say we can still complain like maybe the kickoff rule like needs to be tweaked or whatever. We could argue about that all day.
Sure.
The NFL has succeeded in making the kickoff matter. Holy God. Like we were talking about 2 years ago, just take it out. Just remove it. It's complete waste of time for everybody. It's just another way for them to get another commercial in, right? Because they'll score and then they'll have a commercial, then they'll have the kickoff, and then they'll have another commercial. But now it actually means something. And now it's like, okay, well, now there are consequences if you kick it before the 20 or if you do kick a touchback. Yeah. And so I think that these little tweaks to the game have made it more competitive. And this season really has demonstrated that, hey, man, like they're all professional football players. And if you start taking your foot off the gas, it doesn't matter if you don't even have a win. They can come back and beat you.
Yeah. I don't like the touchback going to the 35. I don't like that part of it. And I don't know the right solution for ensuring that the same amount of kicks get returned, because that does make it, more interesting. I do like that. We're seeing kickers fuck up on kickoffs, whether they're trying the dirty ball or you had, Butker kick it out of bounds because he's an idiot, whatever the situation may be. Like, I like that part of it. And I took a lot of shit for saying I liked the kickoff rule change 2 years ago because they did it. Well, they did it last season. They did the
dynamic kickoff.
Yeah, but we were watching that in the XFL and the UFL and that stuff. And then this year they tweaked it where they added, the touchbacks are going to go up to the 35. I didn't like that part of it, but it's working out in terms of excitement. I don't know how they tweak it to make it right, but it's a special teams this season have been more impactful. And it's not just that. It's been on every level this year, from longer field goals seem to be a little bit easier to make.
Yep.
There have been all the blocks. You've got, more returns and more mistakes by kickers on kickoffs. It's made teams who maybe shouldn't have had a chance to win a game be able to win games. And that goes all the way to good teams like the Eagles beating the Rams, the Bucks. It was close with the Jets. So that game became much more interesting. And then this last week, it got lost, but even the Seahawks were trailing Tampa Bay, I think 13-0 early in that game before they came back. And then, Tampa Bay had to, put the final drive down. And the Chiefs were up 14-0 on the Jags. And it feels like in so many years prior, once a team gets a 14-point lead, especially if it's a good team like the Chiefs, they're not going to give up that lead. And I don't even know how to explain it with the Jags-Chiefs game other than the Jags they're a good football team. So yeah, it's been tough too. And I'm sure this, trying to write your scripts.
Oh boy.
There's always a handful of games every week that you're like, oh, that game just wasn't important.
Yeah.
Those games this year, it's been every you're like,
I was working on it till 11
the
o'clock.
Panthers game. Oh shit! The Panthers came back and beat the Cardinals. I do have to. Or who'd the Panthers beat this week?
Dolphins.
The Dolphins. The Titans came back to beat the Cardinals.
Trust me, I know, Brandon.
I can write 2 sentences about this game. Nope, they need 2 paragraphs because shit got wild. And every winners and losers has been like 35 plus minutes because all the games have been good. And ultimately, that's a great thing for the NFL.
It's a great thing for the NFL. And it does. It makes the product more watchable, in a time where things outside of the league are making it more unwatchable. Did I say that before? But they're making it because of like the amount of ads and like that stuff has not gone away and the paywalls and stuff. But the actual product has been really good throughout the first 5 weeks. And I'm curious to see when it's going to drop off, if there is going to be one.
Yeah, we'll have some weeks that you're like,
Sure, absolutely. But like even because it was it doesn't feel like there's been a week that's been completely off because there's been some craziness that has happened in every single week this season so far. But I'm wondering, because I will say one of the big things, and maybe this is just my perception, I haven't looked up the stats, it does seem like there are a ton of flags. There are a ton of penalties. However, this usually happens at the beginning of the year, right? Because one, you have refs who are trying to set like the theme of the, like, okay, you got to make sure that, we're going to call this and try to be consistent with this. And you're going to see more penalty markers, but it's also like a lack of discipline. Like you look at some of these teams and they are committing like 10 penalties a game. And sometimes it's just because they're committing penalties, and they're going to have to call it. So I feel like at this point, I'm curious to see by the end of October if there's going to be that kind of, all right, these are the upper echelon of the teams. Dude, my power rankings were a mess this week. I was like, all right, I don't know. I don't know who's good. I don't know, like, who's there. These are the teams that are kind of consistent for the past few weeks. But yeah, I'm curious to see if there's going to be teams that are going to start pulling away because right now it seems like
think there are.
There's
the Lions,
bad
but
teams.
they took that early L.
They can still win.
Yeah. I like the Lions.
Maybe.
The 49ers are a very good team. I always remember the 49ers.
You're such
and they're 4-1 right now. I would never forget a team like the 49ers, even though I might have forgot them earlier in the season.
Did
and they're doing like Kyle Shanahan
earlier in the season?
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I forgot the Niners too.
That's what happens when I edit at midnight.
But they're 4-1. And they've had 3 games with Mac Jones, and they've had so many guys. It's a weird season.
Yeah.
And if there is a football god, going back to that last super chat, this is not the AFC Championship I want in my heart.
Oh no!
But for the memes, the what the hell was this season? I want Baker Mayfield versus Sam Darnold in the NFC Championship. So the first overall draft pick from 2018 versus the third overall draft pick from 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And then AFC Championship, I do want Daniel Jones versus Trevor Lawrence. If those 4 teams are the championship games, so many football fans are going to be livid and angry. But we might get some pretty damn interesting football games in those situations.
Here would be the worst case scenario. You imagine a Colts Eagles Super Bowl and you're a Giants fan. Buddy, there is not a single good outcome.
Oh my God. Yeah. And Saquon's like back and he rushes for 200 yards in the Super Bowl. Let's say this is how it ends, Tom. It's Saquon has the greatest rushing performance in Super Bowl history, but he's bested by Daniel Jones on a final drive where Jones has like 1:30 on the clock and he just fucking is surgical, drives his team down the field, and Danny Jones runs in for the game-winning touchdown for the Colts as he survives Saquon and, of course, the Giants.
I'd be so happy for Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones could go to a Super Bowl,
dude.
I'd be so... Now, I will say Anthony Richardson might be a little bit upset.
Then the Colts trade Richardson to the Giants. And they make Daniel Jones the highest paid quarterback in NFL history.
That's it.
And they look smart because of it.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be a time. But it's like we're talking about, man. It's the unpredictability which makes it fun. And like on Thursday night, so tomorrow night, we have the Eagles and the Giants. On paper, you're gonna go, yeah, the Giants might get destroyed here. Like they might get obliterated, and they could. But there's been a few times I did not expect the Giants to beat the freaking Chargers. I didn't expect the Giants to go to an overtime with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's how many times it's a division game. You never know. They've been pretty wild so far. And this is another one, man. So we've had it's a crazy season when the Thursday night football matchups have been good. Like I haven't been sitting here be like, oh, it's another crappy Thursday night game. We've had good ones. So I don't know, man. Primetime has been doing well, except for not this past Monday, the Monday before that. That was tough. We got another doubleheader this Monday night. So
yeah. I mean, Jalen,
that's all you want, consistency.
He was grabbing the guy, though. He was grabbing the guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If the Falcons beat the Bills, sure. Get honorable mention. Yeah, and that's another one too, right? Like the Bills were sitting atop the AFC before their loss to the Patriots. Drake May, he had some surgical freaking throws, man. Holy cow, did that offense look good at times. But I don't know about the Bills defense. If you have Robinson and Algier running all over them, it could be a long day for Buffalo. I have no idea. What makes it fun though? It makes it fun. So
let's see here.
I mean, Tampa is dealing with a ton of injuries, but that's around the league right now. There's a ton of teams that are really, really banged up. But that's why I think Tampa's one of the most impressive teams in the NFL right now, because it's not pretty. Their defense is not looking superb. But Baker Mayfield, Ibuka, like they are putting on a show.
Yeah.
Like, every single time that they take the field. And I'm so happy for Baker, man. Like he started getting his flowers last year a lot. And to do this with, again, another offensive coordinator, it's awesome. It's so much fun.
Let me find this Baker stat here real quick. Here it's from Shefty. Mayfield has led the Bucs to 4 game-winning scores within the final minute of the fourth quarter, which is the most by any team within the first 5 games of the season since 1970. And there is what was the other one? Oh my God, let me find it.
Bailey, I don't know. Devin Lloyd, Defensive Player of the Year. Lloyd is good, don't get me wrong, but he's got competition, man. You got Nick Bonito, who's up there. You got to catch
Nick.
Hutch has been having like a really good year. I mean, he's got competition, man.
No, but Devin Lloyd's definitely in the conversation.
No, he's been having a really, really good year.
Let's see here.
Obviously changed the complete complexion of that game on Monday, too.
Oh, man. Where's my Baker stat? Where'd it go?
Oh, I remember.
This must not be correct then. Oh, they deleted it. They must have got it wrong.
Yankees, true story. I went to go turn on my computer this morning and it wouldn't turn on. I just had black screen. So I wound up fixing it. But I was like, if I have to do this off my phone again, I don't know if I'm going to make it. That was tough.
Oh, man. The black screen.
Yeah. The cursor is where I wound up messing around with it. But
there you go.
More like the Bucs Colts Super Bowl or the Ravens missing the playoffs.
Ravens missing playoffs, most likely.
I mean, it's gonna be tough to get a Bucs Colts Super Bowl. I mean, it's just tough for those teams to. It's tough to make it to the Super Bowl unless you're the Chiefs. But Ravens missing the playoffs, I think, could happen. If they get healthy, then this is going to be fine.
They're over. They're cooked. They're toast. They're toast.
I don't know, man. It's
still, I mean, they got to win the division to have that conversation. And
so let me ask you, Brandon, because I know that there have been Ravens fans over these past 2 seasons who have been getting a little bit louder about Harbaugh and maybe potentially him not being there. If they don't make the playoffs, that's the most I mean, again, we're week 6. You know, we still got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
But I think that's the most likely shot of him losing his job if they legitimately miss the playoffs, because the Ravens is this a hot take? I think the Bills are up there, but I think the Ravens over these past 4 seasons, they probably have had the most open Super Bowl window based off of their roster. And for them to not even get there, you run into the Chiefs, you run into the Bills, what have you. That is probably one of the more disappointing stretches. I think a lot of people are going to look back on the time, this Ravens window, and go, damn, how did they not at least go to the Super Bowl? Because how many times have they been the best team in the AFC, or they're one of the best teams in the AFC, and they just come playoff time, it's not working. And now with these struggles, with all these injuries, it's not good, man. It's not good. I don't know if anyone's signing Wilkins right. It's been quiet.
Yeah. He must be a real weirdo.
It's been something.
He must have done something. We never got what he actually did, right?
Yeah.
Was he kissing his teammate?
Was trying to kiss the teammate or something? I don't know, man. I honestly forgot about Christian Wilkins a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I did. There's been a lot going on in the league. But yeah, if no one's taken a switch, I mean, dude, look at how many teams need a pass rusher right now. And I know he was dealing with an injury too, because that was originally what he came out and said, right? And it was just he
had some ankle or foot thing, right? I can't remember.
So
it was his rehab process, his recovery process from it. God, that feels like a decade ago. Yeah.
It does. It most certainly does. See, oh my God, give it to me right now. The game was amazing. I'll watch that again in a heartbeat. Yeah, right now, I think if the playoffs started today, it'd be Lions, Packers, which, okay. We would see Seahawks, Bucks, right? I think on the AFC, it was, and I want to see this so badly, Steelers, Broncos. Whoever wins, I win. That's just, that can only end well. We'd see a Patriots and Bills rematch again.
That would be fun.
Robert, here's the thing. The season is long and full of terrors. I think the Jets will win a football game. I think they will win a football game. I don't think they're going to go 0-17. That's the good news. The bad news, they might not win too many more after that. But
yeah, I hope they stay winless this week because Denver has them in London. But Jets, you got the Panthers, you got the Bengals, you got the Browns. Those are 3 games that are winnable. If the Jets don't win one of these 3 games, then maybe you can go 0-17.
But
you play the Dolphins still.
We'll see with the Saints.
Yeah, Saints aren't terrible, but that's a winnable game. So you got 1, 2. God, who knows if the Ravens have given up by this point?
The Jets Bengals is going to be such an the Jets Panther. These games are going to be ass, man. Holy God.
But yeah, you have a chance to go 0-17, but I bet you win one of these 3.
Linigal, I would love to. If it was a night game, I'd be able to do it, but they start at 4 o'clock, so I'm going to be working, unfortunately. But I hope to be able to, attend a Brewers game. I was able to catch the very end on Monday night. Let's go. 3 strikeouts in the 9th. But I'm hoping. Just not going to be able to do it today. I think you go Ravens because the Bills, I feel like you have a little bit of a built-in excuse because they were, besides last season, right? You didn't have a run game. It was literally the Josh Allen show. You had so many injuries on defense and stuff. And you questioned the defense a good amount. The Ravens, I feel like there have been times where they have been the best team in football. And
yeah,
I'll never forget, what was that 2 seasons ago where it was the Ravens and it was the 49ers near the end of the season. And we were like, oh man, this is a potential Super Bowl matchup. And the Ravens beat the piss out of them. And you're like, they're the best team. And how many times have they been the best rushing team? They've had a really good defense. Now, man, and Ravens fans don't need to be told this. It's just, this is there have been plenty of times where they've had some of the best teams in the league and they just can't get it done.
I'm really happy my team hasn't looked nearly as good as the Ravens over the last couple of years, because if my team looked that good and then we just lost in the playoffs to the Chiefs,
not great,
lost to the Bills in horrific fashion, that'd be tough.
And for Bills fans, it's not easy either, right? Because it's okay, maybe this is the season, and they have, but it just feels like on paper, the Ravens have had better rosters over the years. It's just more as a complete team.
Yeah. They've had less built-in excuses until right now.
Yeah. Steelers, Colts, Bucks, Lions. Bucks Lions would low key be amazing though. Like just as a football fan, that would be a really, really good game.
Aaron Rodgers in championship game, that would be fun.
We'll see if he can win an AFC championship game.
Not, yeah.
Say one of those. But Perna, what do you got coming out today? You got some power rankings. Don't forget the 49ers. Don't forget the 49ers.
I didn't. They're in the top 5, mother lickers.
Top 5. Okay, that's a lot, but okay. All right.
Hey, man.
Johnny.
4-1. No excuses.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, we'll have power rankings up.
The 49ers, dude, they're playing the Buccaneers this weekend. That will be a very interesting game. 49ers beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, I will never forget about you ever again. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I know. I screwed up this. I screwed up. I did it. Hey, there you go.
What are you working on, Tom?
I got predictions. So, yeah, it's that'll be coming out. You got to give me some time with that one. It's going to take a little bit to record, but yeah, I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. But go check out Scripted. That came out at like 11 o'clock Eastern last night. It was super duper late because I had to add 2 pages for the Monday game. And then the Flacco trade video I had to do. So, yeah, we put out 3 videos yesterday. Power rankings, the Bengals reaction, and Scripted. So go check them out.
Those Monday night games being wild, too. That really puts a wrench in the process.
Yeah, a little bit. Also, a huge shout out to Perna hitting 800,000 subscribers on the YouTubes.
I finally have more than you.
It's your birthday month. I'll give it to you. But folks, we'll see you on Friday and clickbait, whatever the heck that is. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you reached your destination. Buckle up, because the ride has just begun.